In Taoism, laziness is not a character flaw. It is your body sending a signal that something deeper is out of alignment with your natural state. Western culture teaches that motivation must be forced. Wake up early, push harder, grind longer. But Taoist masters live by an entirely different understanding of human energy. The word Tao means a way. It refers to the natural order underlying all things. When you live against the Tao, your energy drains without you understanding why. Over 2,000 years ago, Laozi observed that water never forces its path. It flows around obstacles, finds the lowest point, and always reaches its destination without exhaustion. He wrote this into the Tao Te Ching, one of the most translated books in human history. Its central message is simple: align with nature, and effort becomes effortless. When you feel persistently unmotivated, Taoism does not ask you to try harder. It asks you to stop, observe, and listen to what your body is actually telling you. The ancient Chinese concept of qi refers to the vital life force that flows through all living things. When qi flows freely, you feel alive, clear, and naturally motivated. When qi becomes blocked or depleted, the result is not laziness in the moral sense. It is stagnation. And stagnation has specific causes that can be identified and addressed. Taoist physicians identified three primary categories of qi disruption: physical blockage from inactivity, emotional blockage from suppressed feeling, mental blockage from overthinking and excessive planning, without rest or stillness. Each type produces a different quality of tiredness. Physical exhaustion feels heavy in the limbs. Emotional exhaustion feels hollow in the chest. Mental exhaustion feels foggy behind the eyes. Most people treat all three with the same remedy: caffeine, willpower, or guilt. Taoism treats each differently because the cause of the blockage determines the correct path to restoration. There's an old Taoist story about a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors said, "What terrible luck." The farmer replied simply, "Maybe. Life rarely means what we think." The farmer understood something modern people forget. Judging a moment as failure before you understand it fully is itself a source of wasted energy and unnecessary suffering in daily life. Calling yourself lazy before examining why you feel depleted is the same mistake. You are labeling a symptom without diagnosing the actual condition causing it beneath the surface. The first Taoist practice for restoring energy is gentle movement, not intense exercise, not a gym session driven by self-punishment. Simply slow, deliberate movement that wakes the body without draining it. Tai Chi was developed by Taoist practitioners as a moving meditation. Its slow, circular movements were designed specifically to circulate qi through stagnant channels without creating new tension or depletion. A practitioner named Zhang Sanfeng, who lived during the Song dynasty, reportedly observed a crane and a snake in combat. Their effortless, yielding movements inspired the foundational principles of Tai Chi. Even 5 minutes of slow walking, done with awareness of each step and breath, can begin shifting physical stagnation. The key is presence, not pace or distance or intensity. The second practice is fixing the breath before fixing the day. Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phone, flooding the nervous system with stimulation before it has stabilized. Taoists began each morning with breath awareness. Slow inhalation through the nose, a brief pause, slow exhalation through the mouth. This simple sequence signals safety to the entire nervous system. Modern neuroscience now confirms what Taoist masters understood intuitively. Slow, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol and shifting the body from a survival state into a restoration state. When you are in a stress state, Your body hoards energy for emergencies. It does not release energy for creativity, motivation, or enthusiasm. Breath is the fastest switch between these two modes. The third practice involves warming your digestion. Traditional Taoist health philosophy places enormous importance on what they call the middle burner, the digestive center of the body located in the abdomen. Cold foods and drinks were considered harmful to this digestive fire. Consuming cold water first thing in the morning, eating raw salads in winter, or drinking iced beverages with meals weakens the system. Warm soups, steamed grains, cooked vegetables, and herbal teas were preferred foods in Taoist health traditions. These were believed to strengthen zhongqi, the central energy that powers all other bodily functions. This is not simply ancient superstition. Research in gastroenterology has shown that digestive efficiency directly affects energy availability. A body spending excessive energy on digestion has less remaining for thought, movement, and motivation. There's a reason monks in ancient China ate simple, warm, lightly seasoned meals. They were not following arbitrary rules. They were optimizing the body for sustained clarity and energetic presence throughout each day. The fourth practice is simplifying what you demand of yourself each day. Taoists believe that scattering attention across too many tasks creates a particular form of qi depletion called dispersion. Zhuangzi described this with the image of trying to catch many fish with one net spread too wide. The net captures nothing. Focus the net, and the catch becomes effortless and abundant. The modern to-do list is often a form of self-violence. 20 tasks written in the morning creates a silent background anxiety that drains qi continuously, even when you're not actively working. The Taoist alternative is to identify the single most essential action available to you today. Complete that one thing with full presence. Then reassess. This is not low ambition. It is intelligent energy management. The fifth practice is moving stagnant energy by working with contrast. Taoism teaches that yin and yang are not opposites that fight each other, but complementary forces that each enable the other to exist. If you feel mentally stuck, the Taoist remedy is physical movement. If you feel physically exhausted, the remedy is mental stillness. You saw one type of stagnation by activating its complementary opposite force. A scholar in ancient China might pause his writing not to think harder, but to sweep the floor, tend the garden, or walk the courtyard. Physical action cleared the mental channel naturally and efficiently. This is why some of history's greatest thinkers were also devoted walkers. Aristotle taught, while walking, Thoreau walked daily. Nietzsche said his best thoughts came to him on foot, not at his desk. Taoism understood this principle long before Western thinkers articulated it. The body and mind are not separate instruments. They are one system, and each influences the energetic state of the other continuously. The sixth practice is going outside every single day without exception. Taoists did not see humans as beings who lived in nature occasionally. They saw humans as expressions of nature permanently and inseparably. The concept of Xingqi refers to living energy that exists abundantly in natural environments. Sunlight, moving water, wind through trees, and open sky all carry a quality of energy unavailable indoors. When the Tang Dynasty poet Han Shan retreated to Cold Mountain, he wrote about clarity arriving not from effort, but from simply sitting among pine trees, watching clouds pass without trying to hold them. Modern research on what scientists call the restorative effect of natural environments confirms that time in nature measurably reduces cortisol, lowers blood pressure, and improves cognitive function within minutes of exposure and immersion. Even 10 minutes outside, done with genuine attention to what surrounds you rather than with a phone in hand, can reset your internal rhythm faster than any supplement or productivity technique available today. The Taoist principle underlying this is called Tianren, He, which means the unity of heaven and humanity. You are not separate from the natural world. You are a temporary expression of it. When you spend days entirely indoors under artificial light, eating processed food, and breathing recirculated air, you sever yourself from the source that naturally replenishes your qi. Depletion becomes inevitable and persistent under those conditions. The seventh and most foundational practice is Wu Wei. This is perhaps the most misunderstood concept in all of Taoist philosophy, and the one most relevant to understanding what laziness actually is and is not. Wu Wei is often translated as non-action or doing nothing, but this translation misses the true meaning entirely. Wu Wei means acting without unnecessary force, without ego-driven striving, without fighting the natural current of life. A skilled calligrapher practicing Wu Wei does not grip the brush tightly and force each stroke. The brush moves naturally, with just enough intention to guide it, and the result carries a quality of effortless beauty. Wu Wei is not passivity. It is intelligent participation. You do what the situation genuinely calls for, nothing more and nothing less, and then you stop. That stopping is as important as the action itself. Laozi wrote that the Tao does nothing, yet nothing is left undone. This is a paradox at the heart of Taoist philosophy. Maximum effectiveness arises from minimum unnecessary effort applied with perfect timing and awareness. Forcing yourself to work when your energy is genuinely depleted does not produce better results. It produces lower quality output, higher error rates, and a deeper depletion that takes longer to recover from each time. The Taoist master Lazi described a cook who butchered an ox so skillfully that his knife never dulled. He found the natural spaces between joints and worked with the structure rather than against it. Zhuangzi used this story to illustrate Wu Wei in practice. True skill is not about overpowering resistance. It is about finding where resistance does not exist and moving through that space with precision and grace. Your life has natural joints and natural resistances. Laziness often marks a place where you are using your knife on bone instead of finding the space the structure actually offers to you freely. There is also a Taoist understanding of seasonal energy that modern people rarely consider. Just as trees do not produce fruit in winter, humans naturally have periods of lower output that are healthy and necessary. The Taoist calendar recognized different energetic qualities in each season. Spring was for initiating, summer for expanding, autumn for harvesting and reflecting, winter for resting, consolidating, and preparing the ground for what would come next. A person who pushes for peak productivity in every season is working against the Tao. They are asking the tree to fruit in December. The tree cannot comply without damaging its deeper root system. If you've been feeling persistently low in energy for an extended period, Taoism would ask a different question than you might expect. It would not ask what are you failing to do. It would ask what season are you actually in right now. Sometimes low motivation is winter arriving in your inner life. The correct response is not to force spring. The correct response is to rest deeply enough that spring can arrive naturally when the timing is right. The Taoist concept of Jing refers to the essence or foundational vitality stored in the body. Unlike qi, which circulates and renews relatively quickly, Jing depletes slowly and restores only through deep rest and nourishment. Chronic overwork, chronic sleep deprivation, chronic stress, and chronic stimulant use all draw from the Jing reserve. Once Jing becomes significantly depleted, ordinary rest is no longer sufficient to restore normal energy and motivation levels. Ancient Taoist health texts warn specifically against what they called excessive taxation of the spirit. This included not only physical overwork, but emotional turbulence, competitive striving, and a relentless seeking of external validation and recognition. This is why some of the wisest Taoist sages simplified their lives dramatically, not because they were unambitious, but because they understood that protecting Jing was a prerequisite for everything else they wanted to accomplish and experience. You cannot pour water from an empty vessel. Taoism has always known this, but it goes further. It says that waiting until a vessel is empty before you refill is itself a fundamental strategic error. Restoration must be built into the rhythm of life, not rescued as an emergency measure after collapse. The most productive Taoist practitioners were those who rested before they were tired and stopped before they were finished. Ernest Hemingway, though not a Taoist, practiced a version of this principle in his writing. He always stopped writing for the day when he still had something left to say. He began each new day with energy, not empty. Taoism teaches that the wisest form of action is the action that preserves your capacity for future action, not burning everything now for a single result, but tending the fire so it can burn steadily for a lifetime. Sleep in Taoist health philosophy is not a passive state. It is an active restoration process. The hours between 10 in the evening and 2 in the morning were considered the most regenerative period for the liver and qi system. Disrupting this window consistently was believed to create a cumulative energetic debt. Modern sleep science has confirmed independently that these hours correspond to peak hormonal restoration cycles, particularly for growth hormone and cortisol regulation during the night. If you are waking exhausted every morning despite sleeping a sufficient number of hours, Taoism would examine the quality and timing of sleep, not simply the duration. More hours of poor sleep do not compensate for lost restoration. The practice of sitting quietly without agenda, called zhuang in Taoist tradition, meaning sitting and forgetting, was considered one of the most powerful energy restoration practices available to anyone at any level of practice. Zhuang is not meditation in the goal-oriented sense. There is no mantra, no visualization, no desired outcome. You simply sit, release the need to accomplish anything, and allow the mind to settle like sediment in still water. Zhuangzi described the ideal state as the mind of a mirror. It reflects whatever appears before it without grasping, judging, or clinging. It receives fully and releases completely. In that state, energy restores itself without effort or technique. This is the deepest teaching Taoism offers on laziness. What you call laziness is often your system attempting to enter this mirror state without your permission because you have denied it the rest it genuinely requires to function. The Tao does not judge the river for resting in a still pool before continuing downstream. It does not judge the seed for remaining underground through winter. It does not judge you for needing stillness before motion. Begin today with one small Taoist adjustment. 5 minutes of slow movement, 1 warm meal, 10 minutes outside, or simply 3 deep breaths before you open your first task of the morning. One thing, done with presence. Energy is not manufactured through force. It is restored through alignment. When you stop fighting your own nature and begin working with it, flow returns. And when flow returns, motivation always follows naturally and without effort. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe for new Taoist wisdom every week.